And welcome back into a brand new episode of Tribal Council Chat. As always, we are your hosts. My name is Bruce Heller.
And my name's Brett Parnell.
And let's dive in. So, episode 4 of Survivor 49. I almost said 44 for some reason. 49. Fun episode.
Yeah, fun episode. Always one of the best episodes when we get a tribe swap.
It is. I love tribe swaps.
Same.
And so, yeah, and we got one. The swap went an interesting way. And so let's dive in. My first notes are that we're swapping. Do you have anything before that?
Um, Not really, just that Kele is now down to 2,
Yeah.
which I mean is notable. Thankfully, they told us last week that there's a tribe swap, but at this point, they don't know that. So I just kind of noted that they've got to be wondering if they're about to be Ulonged 2.0 and
Yeah.
have one of 2 of them sitting on a beach all by themselves.
Yeah. So we get to what the players think is a challenge, and there's like a decoy challenge set up.
This was great.
And Probe says the iconic words, drop your buffs. We learn that we're swapping. Sophi and Alex bury their blue buffs, which was hilarious. Oh, is he there?
That it was.
There you are.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I cut out for a second. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Um, I loved how Jeff just completely psyched them out when he says go back to camp and they're all shocked.
So
I'm also kind of surprised though that they didn't figure this out because it's like at some point you got to be wondering if this is a challenge, what would this challenge be? I didn't see anything set up there that could really be turned into a challenge.
yeah. So as soon as I learned we were swapping, as we were like grabbing buffs off a tray that are wrapped up in packaging, this question popped into my head. Would it be better for Sophi and Alex to end up on different tribes or end up together?
Yeah, that's a great question. Probably I would say on different tribes because it's a lot easier to see one person all alone and bring them in as a new number, as opposed to say, oh, you're a group of 2 that someday down the road might try to challenge our title group of 2.
Yeah, that's true.
Or that might go with a weaker group of 2 than who the people that they're aligning with want them to.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen players work themselves back into the game so quickly through those sort of moves when they're all together. Take like the season you just mentioned, 44.
Yeah. 44 did have a disaster tribe pre-merge. No,
That went all the way to the final 4 together.
yeah, 3 of the final 4 kind of had a swap. Not really. We swapped like one person on each tribe, I think.
Yeah,
But 45 was the first true swap of the new era. But
that's right.
yeah, and so here are our new tribes. We have no more Uli for some reason. I don't know why that's the beach we got rid of, other than that, like Probst has said, this is all predetermined. Like the
Yeah,
timing of swaps is predetermined. I
I
assume.
think it had to be predetermined where it's like they knew Uli was the one that was going to go with no thought of what impact that has on the game when Kele is the tribe that you know their camp is going to be a disaster.
Yeah. Like he has said, like the timing of swaps and stuff is all predetermined
Yep.
before they ever film. I
And from
assume.
what I hear, it's all signed off on by lawyers.
Yeah, so I assume getting rid of Uli was like that too, Because if they were
Mhm.
making that decision at swap time, there's no way they don't get rid of Kele Beach. But
That's right.
and so
And I mean, they film in these locations 2 seasons a year. Maybe production, from a production standpoint, has preferences of which beaches they prefer to film on over other ones.
yeah. So on New Hina, we have Rizzo, Joanne, Nate, Savannah, Matt, Jason, and Sophie B.
Yep.
And with New Kella, which sounds like Nutella, but I said New Kella, we have Alex, Steven, Christina, MC, Sophie, Shannon, and Sage.
I just learned something new.
What?
I just assumed Nutella was one of those European products that they don't have in the US.
No, we have it. I don't think I've had it. It
I
doesn't
haven't had
appeal to
it, but
me.
I've seen people eat it.
Yeah. So yeah, we have it down here. I haven't eaten it. It doesn't appeal to me, but it's very
Same.
popular.
Interesting.
What else? Name another. Is that the only thing that you think we don't have that we have?
No, it just clicked with me at the time.
Okay, Uh, that's hilarious. And so
I mean, you guys have a lot of stuff that Europe doesn't have, so.
yeah, and so we now have Hina Beach, which Hina's been winning everything.
Speaking
Their
of,
camp is loaded versus Kela Beach, which, as we just said, has nothing. And we have
just before we go there, speaking of your American products that are everywhere in the world, you'll probably see me get some KFC in Cambodia.
oh, nice. That's hilarious. And so we have a beach with everything versus a tribe from a beach that has absolutely nothing. And I was getting flashbacks to one of Brett's very favorite seasons, Survivor Fiji. Isn't this basically what, like, the stupid haves and have nots twist?
Yeah,
Luxury
that's
versus poverty, that with Survivor Fiji, they made the whole shtick of the season?
poverty. You mean the winners of season 16?
No, I'm not saying whoever said that. Who was that?
I forget, but in Nice Girls Don't Win, she says that's something she's faced her entire life, not just in Survivor.
That has to have been a Jason Siska quote, or maybe
It's
Eric, but
That would make sense.
uh, yeah, it was Jason. Okay,
Typical.
that's the
But
least surprising yet.
no, Poe says that she's had people make that mistake her entire life, not just in um, Survivor.
Because he makes the dumbest move in show history, Eric gets remembered as the person from that season is kind of not dumb, but kind of naive,
Yeah,
gullible one. Jason's so much worse if you look at it.
yep. At least Eric gets played by a alliance of 4 women who call themselves the Black Widow Brigade. Jason gets played by Ozzy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Freaking Jason.
But we have now essentially, even though some of the tribe is going wearing a blue buff, the people that are wearing red buffs on day one and yellow buffs on day one are pretty much declaring war on each other with this swap.
Which I've been saying was going to happen as soon as
Yeah,
we merged or swap.
as have
Everyone
I.
saw that coming.
Oh, yeah, no wonder. Especially when you get a swap and not a merge, because you're having whoever goes to tribal council first can theoretically find a numerical advantage over the other tribe.
Yeah. And so we go to New Kelly or Kella, and Shannon and Sage are the only two Ulis on a tribe of 7. And what I wrote down here is even if they pull Sophie in, Hina has an advantage. And
Yeah,
so if you're Hina, you have to target Shannon or Sage here. That's just common sense.
that's right.
And so we also learn, adding to the list of just random things Sage has said this season, that she keeps blackheads off her skin in a jar.
Sage is bizarre, but she is amazing television.
I wrote this is just more of Sage being Sage because she also told her whole tribe in like the first episode she loves pooping. So
Yeah,
I yeah, I just don't know what to do anymore. She's hilarious.
I don't know where they found her, but I'm glad they did.
Yeah. So moving to Hina, we see Sophie immediately doing a great job of building relationships with Uli since they have the majority on her tribe.
Yeah, that we do. And it happens almost right away where it's like you can tell Rizzo wants to use Sophie to try to get that advantage. Very smart. And it's exactly what I was saying that without having Alex there, Sophie can be a number for Rizzo and for Savannah without being a threat to Rizzo and Savannah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I
I think
agree.
she's in a. Sophie's gone from being in a horrible spot to being in one of the best spots in the game.
It's really awesome for her, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And good for Kyle, who drafted her, and he's the only one she has left now. But
Yeah. Someone that I wanted one pick after he drafted her.
yeah, and I wanted her after you. So I came in wanting Savannah and both Sophies, and Sage was my fourth choice.
Come on, you have 0 points so far, so you're doing amazing.
Yeah, and I didn't. I Savannah was my number one coming in. I didn't know she was one of the second returnee until like right when we started drafting, and you guys said it. So I feel smart there.
So even if I didn't say it, I wouldn't have influenced it at all.
Oh, I was taking her once I got the first overall pick. I was taking her regardless.
Nice.
So going back to Kele, we hear Alex talking about being in the advantage number wise because of what we were saying that Hina and Uli are kind of starting to point their weapons at each other. And so,
Yeah.
in a way, it's been a benefit for both of them being on such a disaster tribe.
It's been a huge benefit. I fully expect that we're going to see Sophie and Alex there on merge day. Something you would have never predicted for 2 weeks ago.
I figured we'd get at least one or two Keles at the merge. Like the whole new era, we've never had a tribe that has no one at the merge. So I figured we'd get a couple.
I still want to know if we're going to have the merge end up not really being the merge in week 1 because we have 2 tribals still like we often do in the new era, or if Jake leaving the game early is going to cause a single vote.
Yeah.
Because we've already lost 2 people in 1 episode, so that would align with their filming schedule without having to do that at all.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I don't love the whole like as soon as we merge, split you into different groups and go to separate tribals.
Yeah, I don't either.
What I do like is what we've seen with Edge of Extinction and Game Changers, and maybe another time, is when 2 separate tribes go to one tribal council and only vote off one person.
Yeah.
JT was a bonehead and got Malcolm sent home at that, but
no, I never thought JT was a bonehead. I thought he was extremely smart in this game, even past season 18.
We did a whole episode where 2/3 of the episode was pointing out how dumb he played.
I know, I was being sarcastic.
Oh, I know. I just wanted to mention our episode.
Nice.
But going back to Hina, because we're doing a lot of flipping back and forth, we
Yeah.
see Matt telling this story, and he tells the tribe that he has a bit of a background in finance, which raises a red flag for Savannah.
That he does. As a Canadian, anyone with a background of finance raises a big red flag, and I'm not going to mention any more from that.
Are the initials for Y, J, and T?
No.
Okay. I thought that's where you were going. Okay, never mind.
Close. Extremely close.
I'll make my next guess once we're done recording.
I think
But
you're onto something.
oh, but yeah, so this is kind of where I'm like, okay, Matt is a dead man walking because Savannah so far has just been the queen bee and been in charge, and the people that she's not aligned with seem to be on the bottom always.
That's right. She's been running the show on her beach since the first day. It seems to be carrying over here. She has a number in Rizzo that's very tight with her. She has her old tribe mates in Nate and Joanne, and now she's picked up Sophie. That I think Savannah and Rizzo might be getting to the point where maybe they might be considering Sophie their number three.
Yeah,
Seeing that they were never really that close with Joanne.
I would argue Rizzo isn't Savannah's like go-to if we're merged though. That's I think that's Shannon still.
Yeah,
So I could see like Savannah's number one being Shannon, and then like Rizzo and Sophie being that next tier.
that would make sense. Or maybe even Rizzo and Sophie ending up being a duo if Rizzo knows that he's on the outs of his old alliance and that he's the third.
Yeah. And so speaking of Shannon, going back to Kele's beach, we see Shannon talk about needing to connect with people and these new tribe mates because the only person she's paired with from her original tribe is Sage, who wasn't in her core alliance, and she didn't talk much game with her.
Yeah,
And she didn't say this. I'm adding this. The like one game conversation I remember, Shannon immediately went and told the whole thing to Savannah that Sage had mentioned her name. So these two are not on the same page. And that we had already said that the OG Hinas on this tribe need to target one of them. They're gonna I see both of them going to the Hinas. Like not even pretending to be united, just trying to sacrifice the other one to save themselves.
yeah,
Because they're
absolutely.
not working together.
No, you're right. If they lose, it'll be fascinating to see what kind of antics happen at that camp.
Because we got that from Shannon, but we also get Sage after like a yoga session and around camp talking about how to her Shannon is coming off as pretty performative, I think was how she said it.
Yeah,
So I see no way these two are working together to
no,
try to take one of the Hinas out.
I do not either. And it's not like they have the numbers to do so anyway.
Yeah. So you can always try to flip numbers though. I just don't think they're coordinated enough and on the same page enough to work together to try to flip numbers.
Yeah,
Because there's seven people. If you can get Alex, then you only need to flip one of the Hinas to your side.
true.
But there's no way that's happening. So
That's it. Especially, other than the one question I could have, and we'll see what this next week, but is when they see who's already gone, if that might influence how the other tribe plays the game.
yeah, that's true.
Probably not yet, but if they realize that they're going to get to merge without numbers, everyone might start playing a more selfish game.
So we move to the challenge, and I will go back a little bit because
Okay.
at the swap, Sophie talked about how Sophie and Alex were talking about how terrible camp was, and that like the tide took Sophie's shoes away.
I First of all, that was just hilarious that Jake is now in at this point in a hospital in Sydney, Australia, and people's shoes are still being lost on Kele Beach.
I didn't even put that together. But we get to the challenge, and of course, Sophie is on Hina now. But Kella brought one of Sophie's shoes that they found to the challenge.
Yeah, that was nice of them.
Not super helpful without the other one, so hopefully that turns up. But
No, she had one all along.
oh,
So
I
now
thought she
she has
lost both
two.
of them.
No, one of her shoes whiffed out to sea.
I thought
And I
they both got
assume
okay.
probably washed back up on shore.
I thought they had both gotten whisked away. Okay.
No. I think she was putting them on at the time or something because when she lost the shoe, she had a shoe on her foot.
It's like Penner's hat at Tribal Council.
Yeah. Might
Which
be a hat that won $1 million.
I I'm gonna complain about Probst here on that episode again. Probst asked a question to you. Oh, or was that jury pandering? You brought his hat back and like kind of put a target on him a little bit.
Yeah,
The jury wouldn't have known Yule was who brought the hat back.
that's it.
Put the hat on there
Jeff
before they came in. Probst was who revealed that.
Jeff should have left that alone and watched if the players brought it up.
I mean, at the end of the day, it really didn't affect anything very much. Yule, I think, goes on to win either way. But like, what are you doing,
I
Probst?
think it doesn't matter about a hat. Ewell was getting Jonathan's vote and therefore was going to win.
Yeah,
But if somehow Jonathan didn't vote for Ewell, that would have changed the whole game.
that could have put a target on Yule from the other players in the game, though.
That's true.
So going to our challenge, now that Sophie has been reunited with her lost shoe, this is a bit of a complicated challenge. I have more writing for this than I normally have.
Okay.
5 tribe members are going to leap into the ocean and they swim out and pull a boat that's carrying their other 2 tribe members. And when they get it into the beach, everyone jumps out of the boat and attaches this like rope sash type thing onto a wooden post and
Yeah.
empty the boat out of all the cubes that are in it. There's all these cubes in the boat. And you carry the cubes over a balance beam, one person at a time, but they can carry as many as they want in each trip. And then after that, 2 more tribe members, maybe more, I don't remember how many, but they're carrying the cubes on these planks over another obstacle. Like you're holding the planks up with ropes. And once you get them across the second obstacle and the second balance beam, you have to stack your cubes 20 high, and the first to 20 wins.
Yeah. It was a great challenge.
It's unique. There wasn't a puzzle at the end of it, so that's nice.
Yeah. Changed it up to some balance skills, both in terms of how you balance your tower, but also how you balance the players to get there.
And how you keeping the plank balance too.
Yeah.
There's also a reward that's a big fruit tray.
There is. One that Sophie's not very happy about for some reason.
Sophie S to
Yeah,
to
Sophie S.
specify. The one that we haven't gotten barely any screen time of all season. Because we have one Sophie that's gotten a ton of screen time and one that's barely gotten any. This is
I mean, having a ton of screen time early on in Survivor means you're losing, so it's not bad not to have a ton of screen time.
I mean, not necessarily. Savannah's already gotten a ton.
Well, that's because of 50.
Yeah,
Savannah's getting the Aubrey and Russell screen time.
and neither of them won. And I'm on record saying I'm not convinced that one of the 2 returnees is guaranteed to win just because they return. So
Fair.
I proved your point by thinking it out a little bit.
But this time there's 2 attorneys, not one.
I still don't think that we're guaranteed one of them wins.
I think you or I have the winner, but we'll see.
I
What do
think
I know?
Savannah wins. I just don't think them returning for 50 guarantees that one of them wins.
I see.
I think they could very well just have one tribe without a winner on 50. All Stars did it.
Yeah, but that was season 8.
Yeah,
All
well,
Stars reference of the day.
yeah. We don't do that as much as we used to.
We ran out of them.
This is like, but Sophie S does say that she's not super impressed with the fruit tray. And Sester Nino supported her on this. I saw a video online
I missed
today.
that.
So
Interesting.
it's just not something you hear very often.
No, you don't. It seemed very tone deaf, if you ask me.
Oh, definitely. But Kele does end up winning finally. They finally win something. And I like this when we get back to camp at Hina that the tribe is comforting Sophie and telling her it's not her fault because her tribes have lost every challenge. And so
Yeah.
while we're here, Nate finds the map and gives it to Rizzo for because Rizzo had the beware. And
But now Rizzo is on a new beach, so he has the beware, but kind of has to start all over again.
kind of, but Nate found the map and gave it to him, didn't he?
Mm.
So at
Yeah,
that point, he just has to follow the map.
which we've seen in episode 1 is harder to do than you would think.
This was a lot easier than that ball and chain was, in my opinion. So the map leads him to a chest that's underwater that he has to like unlock and open. And
That he does.
this seems a lot easier than the other one we saw on what was it, Kele?
Yeah,
I liked that it was underwater. That's really cool.
that was really cool. We've had a few times where idols are underwater, and it's always entertaining.
Yeah. So Rizzo finds the underwater idol, and we get some screen time from Matt, and he's talking about the Uli majority on this tribe and Hina being targets. And he's kind of terrible this episode, game wise, but we get a funny quote, and he says, "If you can make vodka out of a potato, I can make something out of this." Turns out, no, you could not, but I mean, whatever. And so we see Matt getting to work, and he starts pitching Jawan to try and vote Nate. And Jawan acts really well and acts like he's with him. Then basically tells us in a confessional, like, yeah, I'm not going with him at all.
Which is smart from Jawan. Jawan needs to redeem himself amongst his old tribe that have the numbers. If he doesn't want to get replaced by Sophie, that is.
Yeah. And so we also see Jawan, after telling us he's not working with Matt, immediately goes and tells Uli what Matt's been saying, that he's been pretty busy and pretty messy. And so after that, do you have any notes before Tribal?
Um, Not really. Just that at this point, whether it be Matt or be Jason, it looks like the two of them are in a lot of trouble going forward. And if you survive today, you're in trouble tomorrow.
Yeah. One note I had at Tribal, because we had two Hinas, we had Matt and Jason. Nate brings up that his name was thrown out today, and he says that one of the two has been a lot more upfront and the other has been more deceptive and sneaky. Which at this
Yeah.
point, I'm like, yeah, okay, Matt's gone. Matt really didn't play this episode very well.
No.
and he does end up going home. I'm I was kind of indifferent on him the whole season, so I don't mind losing him, but I'm not like super excited to see him go either.
Yeah, same.
Do you have any final thoughts on Matt?
Not really, other than your mom must be happy that he's gone.
Yeah, I don't know what she thought of him on the show, but she for sure had no interest in drafting him based on the question. And to be fair, I wasn't going to draft him either. I just wasn't as strong about it as she was.
Uh,
But so, launching into a line blindside first boot, do you have three names or do you want me to go?
yes, I do.
Okay.
Your three names are gonna be Lindsay Ogle from Cagayan,
Oh, geez.
Denny McCrae from 41, and Mariah Young from 43, otherwise known as Three Players with Dreads.
So, Lindsay's going first because she quit because she didn't like someone.
Yeah.
To be fair, that person was Trish, who I'm not sure I would have got. Was it Trish or Cass? It was Trish, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Trish.
Who I don't think I would have gotten along with super well
No.
either. But yeah, I don't trust aligning with someone that there are there have been quits that I fully understand and think are reasonable. This is
Yeah.
one of the worst ones. This and the one the next season in 29 are both pretty bad.
The next season in 29.
When Julie McGee quits because
Yes.
she got caught hiding food right
Oh,
after
is that
John
why?
Rocker got voted out, and that was just too much for her.
Oh, I did not know that.
So, she got caught doing something with food, but I think it was mostly she didn't want to be there without John.
Yeah.
I'm going to align with Danny.
Yeah.
So I love him. He's fantastic, which leaves
Mariah.
signing Mariah as the only option left.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on those three.
So,
What about your three?
Your three?
Yeah.
We recorded your other show right before this, New
We
Generation
did.
Challengers. So
Listen to that. Bruce is going to be our guest host this week.
So I'm giving you three people from the challenge we were texting about before we recorded.
Ooh, interesting.
And you're playing Survivor with these people, not the challenge.
Okay.
So you have Jenna Campono, Kayla Casillas, and Nani Carmen, I think. I forget.
Gonzalez. Carmen's her middle name.
Okay, it was on. I knew that.
So
on Instagram,
the Holy Trinity Alliance, but playing Survivor with them,
which is a different game.
Very, very different game. I'm gonna first boot the person I think is the biggest threat here, and that's gonna be Jenna. I think Jenna is very good physically, very good socially, and I think she'd be an excellent Survivor player. I'm going to blind side Nani. I mean, Nani is used to getting close to the end of games and losing, so it's a good spot for her. Yeah. And that leads me to align with my favorite player of these three, and that's Kele. I think Kele would be very good at Survivor physically. She did totally fine with dealing with the have not type beach in the first 6 episodes of Invasion of the Champions. And she's very strong physically, very good mentally, and I think would do good at this show. If she wasn't, I don't know if she's still a citizen of the United States or not, but I would love to see her cross over to CBS.
I'm going a different direction. I'm aligning with Jenna. She's my favorite of the three anyway. But
Yeah.
here's the thing, and a lot of why I'm doing this. Jenna seems super easy to get along with. And the other two, you look at Nani, you look at Kayla, there is at least one or two episodes every season they're on where there's some sort of drama or argument they're a part of.
Which means they're gonna fight with Juice, and I'm gonna win.
But here's the thing. That's in a game where they had food and AC and are living in a fancy mansion.
Yeah.
Putting them on a stranded beach with no food and the mental deterioration, that factor is going to be even worse.
It's gonna.
In a game like Survivor, when my ally is making themselves a target, butting heads with everyone, that's gonna make me a target right after them.
I'm not sure if I agree with you though, because in some ways it can make it worse, but in other ways, if you don't have food on Survivor, you also don't have alcohol, which is the biggest problem that causes fights in the challenge.
You know what? You make a point. But either way, I feel like on the chance those two go the way they normally do and butt heads with someone in some major way, that
Yeah.
makes me a target after they get voted out. And also, I think Jenna has the potential to be the best player of the three, so that's who I'll go to the end with, and just hope our games are different enough I can differentiate it. The other two, I don't know. I could go either way here. They're very similar in certain ways.
Fair.
I think I'm gonna blindside Nani and first boot Kayla, but that could
Mm,
go either way.
nice. Well, that was fun.
Yeah,
We will be back next week. We're already starting to plan out the rest of the season and what our filming schedule looks like when I'm away, but I'll at least be here for another 4 or 5 weeks.
yep.
I think it is maybe 6.
Record some cool content for our show while you're there.
I sure will. If you have a guest host, I would love if you would tell me when it is, and I could try to convert the time zone. And even if the internet sucks, see if I could pop in for like a minute.
Sounds good.
Because that would be pretty cool since the first week of it when you guys are going to be filming will be relatively Survivor-ish themed.
Yeah. So there we go. With that being said, everyone grab your torches and head back to camp. Bye,
Good
guys.
night.